the Negroes in California in those days looked different. Everybody from D.C. had short haircuts, that manly look, you know. And California had that fly look. They had jerry curls, remember that wet look California curls? And in the pen, they even let them wear some of their rings, and they was wearing them processors in, you know, pumped all up. And they'd be standing in the hallway, and man, the D.C., woo, look at these pretty niggas here, boy. Because D.C. had it bad, listen. I said, hey man, y'all, could y'all come in? I says, you ever heard of the Bloods? I says, that nigga there, that pretty nigga standing there, you know, with his rings on, that nigga is the head of the Bloods. You know who they are? You know, I said, do you know who they are? Bump them niggas, I don't care, that's a pretty nigga. I said, that's a pretty nigga. That was continuous all the time. And then Cadillac had a partner from Kansas City, and you know, they throw the little thing on the sale once every hour for movement. You know, they got a big old thing down at the end of the sale block, and it releases the sale so you can open the sale. Say if the sale's already open, but if you just close the sale and he puts that big lock up there, then all the sales are locked. Now, what they do in California, everybody be on their bed, because California is a gang type activity. It's way worse than D.C. Right. D.C. is very minor as far as the gangs and killings and slaughter. Shoot, them Negroes in L.A. So everybody be sleep on their bunk. When they hear that little thing slide, they sit up on their bunk. So nobody can come in and get them. You know what I mean? It's just a habit. It's a custom. You in the pen out there. Cadillac would get drunk and lay down and be messing with everybody. So one day the BGF, that's the Black Gorilla family, they was out playing around with the ball. They swooped on Cadillac, gang style, because that's what they do. And they said, hey man, you can't take nobody's dope. If you want a little bit, we'll give you a little bit, you know. But you can't take nothing out here. So he said, man, Musa, that's the first time I haven't been scared in my life. I said, Cadillac, I've been telling you, you're in California. You got to kind of, you know. So they had a meeting. The Mexicans, the Nazis, because the Nazis wanted to kill him, and they wanted permission from the niggas because they didn't, you know, when they have some of them killings, if it's peace in the joint, people want to kind of keep it. So they was asking the brothers if they could do the Cadillac, and then the Mexicans was doing the same thing. So they said, no, we take care of it. And so it was smoothed out. Then I went out to camp. I was getting ready to go home, and I looked on the bus, and that was Cadillac. I waved at him, he waved at me, and he came to some penitentiary. They killed him in Marion somewhere. But the brothers from D.C., they got him back though. They got them white boys back. They, you know, in fact, I saw one on TV. He said, yeah, we ain't putting up with none of that. So the D.C. brothers is, in those days, I mean, the California, when I told everybody in California, man, yeah, I'm going to D.C., that, you going to D.C.? You know, because in those days, there was a difference. D.C. is like, everybody go to jail in D.C., go to the federal pen, or they go to Lorton, what they used to have. So D.C. had a state prison mentality, or county jail mentality. All the people in the rest of the feds back 20 years ago was, even more, were organized. They were gang. They were more mentally, you know, white people and black people. They were like, they were there for something. But the brothers from D.C. was there for a liquor store robbery or whatever, you know. They was county jail and state prison material, you know, not, you know.
Organized crime.
Man, one of my partners from Baltimore that was on the train, when we was in Lung Park, he called me to the window. He said, Musa, come here. He said, man, I ain't from D.C., I'm from Baltimore, you know. He said, man, I ain't from no D.C., I'm from Baltimore. Yeah, I guess the way they talk over it. He said, he didn't want, but I think that's kind of settled now, but 31 years ago when the brothers found out, my friends, that I came to D.C., they said, man, I said, well, I just wanted to go to a place that was exciting, and that's what I did. Anyway, whatever the gang or the game is in the environment you're in, you have to know the rules of that game. And the better you know it and its people, the better you are situated to either change that game or manipulate that game. So, when it comes down to good, we want to understand more about the human being, about jihad and nafs, about spiritual jihad and all of that, because the physical rules of all of those things are the restrictive playground of shaitan. We have to elevate ourselves above all the physical and material. We still live in the material world. We're not trying to escape. We're not trying to escape nafs, because without nafs, no production. You don't eat food. You don't do nothing. They're there for that reason. But we want to. The world we're living in now, it calls for a modification or a restraint of nafs, because nafs is out of hand. And that's the part we want to play. Technically, I'll say it again, I'm really close. We don't want to do nothing to nobody. Everybody I could sit here for months talking about who did this and who did that. What we do is we say, same thing Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in the case of Yusuf and his brothers, La tatrama, no reproach. Not only no reproach, we don't have time, we don't have the energy. If we were to waste time fighting each other, we would never get to boss man. That's why our first lecture was dealing with that series of hasad, of envy and jealousy. If we can control that aspects of nafs, we can at least get on first base. If we can't control that, we're going to strike out every time. We will strike out every time we come up to bat. If we can't put our nafs in their proper place, we can't even get on base to deal with doing good for this and good for that, and helping people to second base, and helping people to third base, and inshallah getting a grand slam homer every now and then. I will finish. The world is in bad shape. But everybody knows that too. We're not the only ones talking about this today. So our next move is to move out amongst the people and share and then work. And so that's where we are as a community. All that other part was for education. And we're going to die anyway, sooner or later. And to me, I think it's going to be the greatest experience ever, is to die. No, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Either it's only a few things could happen. Either you die, you dead, and it's done. No hereafter, no this later. Or your eyes gonna pop wide open. You're gonna leave this world and you talking about amazed. It's true. All this stuff, man, it's a heaven, right? And so you know that other spot. No, that's basically what's going to happen. Either this all is a big sham. Even if it's a sham, so what? We live rules that made us better human beings.
Right.
So even if it, like the guy said, suppose it's not true. Well, I ain't taking no chances. That's what that one brother said, one leader said. He said, heaven or hell? He said, I can't prove it, but I ain't taking no chances. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So, just imagine, no matter what we do, we're going to have that great experience. We're going to die. As soon as we die, it's either just a blank and you don't know nothing and you're going on. Well, if you did good, you did good. You left good for this person, so you have a good name, reputation for a couple hundred years, and that's it. Or, soon as you leave this one, all the lights come on, all the bands start playing, and you say, man, it's true. It's an afterlife. Yeah. So it's going to be exciting. Whatever happens, it's going to be the biggest event of your life. So thank y'all very much. As-salamu alaykum. Excuse me for